boys. Well, let's see how it's all going to pan out. Can Squadios come out on top, or will it be inverted? Casters, over to you.
Thanks, Alex. I'm here with the one and only Gfinity. Good to be back on the booth with you, man, and quite the matchup we've got here. Who are we going to kick things off with?
We're going to start off with Rolk. Obviously, we just saw him get a little bit of a shout out there from the analyst desk, and we're going to stay on board with him off the respawn here in the blue bubble. See what he has to say, I guess, in response to that analyst.
All right, so let's stay with him. He's going to hang out here around blue 2, trying to just play a little bit of defense here, just making his way under the base. He does have a teammate level 2 of the base, making a push out towards pink side. Just valiantly flying out from pink 2, and that is not going to help out their squad right there. The guys from Inverted definitely kind of playing a little bit too aggressive right there when they could have just played a bit passive and wait for those opponents to push up into pink 2. And now, look, they may get a flag run, and actually, he's going to miss that flag.
That hurt. I mean, you can't miss that flag right there. I mean, I know that the proximity grab was almost imminent, but he missed it 100%. But it looks like we have another guy running the flag. Who is that? I believe that is... Yeah, that's Superior, and he ran it with the sword, so you had no idea how fast he just ran it across this map, folks. He made it all the way around pink 2 in pretty much no time. Yeah. So we're going to stay on board with him.
So running that flag with the sword helps it pretty much almost triple, it cuts the time down by triple. You're flying across the map, and if you get down every single jump, get the toss down in perfect timing, you're going to fly across that map. Picking up another kill, gets the headshot, makes his way over towards the car side. Still has the sword in hand, so this could be potentially another flag grab and another flag cap, but where he's gonna have to get in a good position. But this is 2 down for Squadios. This is not looking good for them. They do manage to get 1 down, make that 2 down from Inverted, stopping their push. I like this play, though, from Superior. He realizes he cannot make a push into the base, so he's going to retreat, push back over towards the car side. Now he sees 2 players push over to that bubble, and in doing so, he's able to just kind of pretty much just bait them all the way over towards the car side. I'm surprised he hasn't pulled out the sword here, though. Finally, he ends up doing so, but he could have maybe played that a little bit closer towards the wall and maybe gone in for a sword launch. Yeah,
for sure. And I mean, it looks like he definitely understood how to control that carbine side, and unfortunately wasn't ready for that dual push as he was trying to help out too many teammates in the window. But still, you saw him controlling the battle rifle, controlling the sword, something that a lot of players seem to kind of give up in this truth capture the flag game, where they just charge in and try to make something out of nothing.
So you see they're going to make this push with the flag over towards the pink side of the map, but on the other side, the flag is being pulled by the car. It's at bottom middle. That flag is going to be returned. No, it is not. It is hanging on just by a thread. They do get another pull to keep it alive, and look at this. What a flank by Punisher to take down Camran.
Oh my goodness, and I mean, that was huge. Cameron was just playing like he was gonna get the cap no matter what, and unfortunately for him, that is not the case, as now we're gonna watch, I believe it's Rolk. Yes, it's Rolk who has the flag. He almost got that kill, but unfortunately missed a few shots there, and now it's Cameron yet again who takes him down, so we're gonna hop back on board with him as he controls this pink 3 tower.
So now you've got a great position here when you're Camran. You don't have to make a push. Your teammates are pushed back into your base. Nobody knows you're there. He's able to get some shots on that player, but he does manage to skate away and get away into pink 2, and Camran will be taken down. I'm thinking you got to play aggressive there. You got to chase that guy and push into pink 2.
I mean, 100%. It's something that we, even talked about all the way back in Halo 2, talking about the baiting and switching that can occur with pink 2, pink 1, and pink 3, and it's very, very crucial to get those kills on the pink tower side of the map.
Taco Punisher just punishing people over here. Picks up the double kill. That's going to be 3 down for Inverted. Looking for that 4th one at top car. 2 players looking for him. Not going to allow him to get away. That's going to be 2 players still in blue bubble as well. That's a perfect out to make it 3 down once again. That's another double kill for Punisher. Looks like we're going to be seeing that flag moved here momentarily. That flag actually still not grabbed. Very surprising that they haven't gone for this flag yet, but still just trying to go for slays.
Wow, and eventually gets picked off there, but I've got to say, he had some really great movement. And I also got to shout out his gamer tag, his full gamer tag, that is, which is Taco Punisher 5. It's not just Punisher side. This guy's a Taco Punisher. He puts him away, and obviously he put away some good headshots there too. But unfortunate stick on Abra, and that is Superior. We're going to hop on board with him now as he controls this bubble side of the map.
I think he just punishes people, and then he's like, I'm going to take 5. I'm going to take a break and just let you guys do stuff and still hang out. But, yeah, keeping the numbers alive. I think Golden Boy was saying that, just keeping the numbers alive in the gamer tag. But that's going to be 2 down for both squads here. You're going to see that 3rd player from Inverted fall as they start to spawn up across the map. Taco Punisher 5 with the carbine, pushing up, trying to get into a prime position here over by the bubble and top car so they can start making a push into the base. That's 2 down for Inverted. You're seeing a player from Squadios make their push into the base and not looking good. Punisher has the sword, but not going for the flag here. Everyone's spawning up. He's letting them all spawn in the bubble. You got to grab that flag. All your teammates were at pink. You have to get that flag pushed out.
Just hesitating way too much, Side. I 100% agree with you there. It almost looked like he just didn't have the instinct to run it, which was just a little bit it was hard to watch, frankly. And then there you have it. He gets taken down by Cougar, eventually gets cleaned up by another Squadios member who is, I believe that's Tricer. Yes, that is. And Tricer is obviously trying to control this top middle. He has a great position with the battle rifle, but some solid nades coming in. Obviously, those top shields were so hard to kill a player at first, but now after a year of competing, players have finally kind of understood how to throw some solid bank nades up there.
It seems like both of these squads, they're able to slay, they're able to get the kills, but nobody is capitalizing on getting that flag pull and just getting that flag moving. Here you see all these players around the base right here. They're picking up kills. There's 2 down for their opposing squad, and still everyone's just kind of dancing around the flag. Nobody's pushing in. Nobody's knowing what they're doing here. Someone's got to speak up. The captain, the leader of the squad, has got to say, hey guys, we got to pull a flag. Just get in there. If we get 2 down, just get that flag moving.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you got to be worried about a lot of things, right? The sword, the camo. There's other things that are in play, but more importantly, yes, control the base, control their base, keep the spawns, like obviously at bay, in the bubble or under the base. And right now it looks like we have this, obviously this red team doing just that as they push in and make sure that the spawns are in the bubble. But Vrolk, again, playing some phenomenal defense. This guy's been doing it time and time and again on offense and now doing it on defense here in the blue base.
He is going to be able to finish off that kill on Superior. That's 2 down for Inverted. We'll hop into observer mode to check out where everyone's at on the map. As you see, this players from Inverted spawn up. A player is hiding at pink 3, playing very sneaky. That is a clutch play from him. That's going to be 2 down for Squadios and completely eliminated that push.
I believe that was almost for the triple. I guess he narrowly missed that window by probably a half a second or so. But yes, we do have Cameron still pushing in, doing some good work, but unfortunately gets cleaned up by Rolk, and we're going to hop back on board with him.
You know, I'd like to see these guys make their push over to pink, but right as I say that, they do have a player behind them that had snuck around, flanked them into the base, but they're able to take him down. Now, if that player would have been able to stay alive, maybe pick up that kill, play a little bit more passive inside the opponent's base, might have been able to buy some time for his team to push up as the guys on Squadios are turned around looking to try and to just get him out of the base. So sometimes maybe playing a little bit too overly aggressive there when you can just pop a kill and then just stay alive.
Oh, 100%. And now we're going to watch this Tricer. Obviously tries to make a play down low, but it's Carnage who cleans him up. So we're going to hop on board with him, and now him and his teammate Cougar try to play some solid defense here in the red base. They do get that kill on Taco Punisher 5 as he goes down. That's 2 down now for the blue team as Carnage is going to push in, get another kill with a solid grenade on Abra, and it's still 2 down for the red team as the Squadios, they need to start playing defense.
Without a doubt, we've got Camo coming up here in just a moment as well. So if they can get their hands on that, maybe be able to get that. And we're seeing that same play over and over again.
Yep.
Those players pushing out from pink side when everyone on the opposing squad is up. You got to know nades are going to be pushing in here. And a great push here from the guys on Inverted, making their push over to pink 2. But look, it doesn't let up. They're still making that push. And finally, we're seeing this flag move. Can they get it to pink 1? Camo is up. He can pick up Camo, or is he going to just keep that flag going? He's still going. Teammate does have Camo. They got to focus on slays here, though.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And we're going to hop back on board now with Cameron. He's trying to push in and get a flag grab, which is absolutely huge. We know that the return hasn't come in just yet, and it looks like the blue team did manage to grab that flag and reset it. But now we're going to see if this return comes in, and if that does, then we could see a cap. And yes, Taco Punisher puts it away.
Going up 2-1 now. He's staying alive, picks up a kill, actually an assist there on Carnage, but they still have a lot of time left in the match. Gets a nice splinter.
Wow.
Dodges the ground pound there. Doesn't go into that. I'm surprised that ground pound was even initiated there. But now we're going to see him just staying alive. He doesn't need to play over aggressive here. He's just hanging out. Beautiful kill there from Punisher, taking down Cougar. Just classic. And look at this. They're bringing in flag number 3, getting ready to close out game number 1. Yes, they do. That's going to be Rolk capping flag 3, winning 3-1.
Unbelievable plays. I mean, we saw Rolk really do just a great job on offense. Obviously, we saw him running the flag in the end. It seems like this guy's just a well-rounded player. Obviously, something that the analyst desk touched on in advance. So I'm glad we got that heads up. But I mean, yeah, these guys came to play today, and it looks like this blue team is just they're unstoppable right now. And
let's take a look at the stats here and see what unfolded in the slaying department here, but also in the flag pool department. We got a lot of kills there. 5 flag grabs from Rolk. So like you said, Rolk doing a lot of the objective, making stuff happen. 20 kills on top of that.
5.
So he's constantly going for the flag, picking up a lot of kills, 5 perfect kills like you just mentioned. So, I mean, this guy's, he's a machine. He's doing it all.
I mean, it's very rare that we see, I mean, yes, it is the open bracket, but it's still very rare to see 9 perfect kills on one team. I mean, whether or not it goes the distance, obviously it was only a 10-minute match, but still, that is definitely something that I haven't seen very much in the past. You've seen maybe 2 or 3 perfect kills per player, but maybe it was just that it's on truth and we don't have many power weapons and so on and so forth. But regardless, still something to note and something to be almost scared of. These guys have great pistols.
Something to note as well, all of these guys have a lot of assists here. I mean, you're seeing neither team lacked in the teamwork in the team shot department there. It just came down to who was going to capitalize on getting that flag at the right time, and it just felt like neither team was doing that until pretty much towards the latter half of that game. And
100%.
I mean, it felt like there were so many opportunities, 2, 3 dead. I think the one time where I forget which player it was, but they had sword level to the base. There was 3 players down, and instead of going for the flag, he was just kind of dilly-dallying, level 2 of the base, and then they spawned up in the bubble, and then they were able to get nades and kind of back him off, end up taking him down. But those are the moments.
Those are the moments, man.
That's what you're going to learn. I think a lot of these guys are new to the scene as well, kind of making their way up, but that's stuff you learn. I mean, they won the game, and you don't dwell on it.
Yeah, you don't harp on it.
You can take that back tonight and be like, hey, guys, we outslayed. We had a lot of teamwork. We had great team shot, but what we didn't do was just go for that flag.
100%. And not only that, right? When we talk about some of these players at the top levels who know when to run the flag, I brought it up a little bit earlier in one of the first matches, something that Nate had always told me, which is when you see 2 dead in the kill feed, it literally means, like, just run it. Just go for the flag. If you're the guy that's closest to the flag, it is almost your civic duty to go and grab that and get the initial push started. And right there, that's exactly what we saw. We saw 2 guys in the kill feed. And when you see those back-to-back, it's 2 down. And those guys are respawning. And you have a chance for not only to grab that flag, but also to let the rest of your teammates kind of just use you as a distraction and get those final 2 kills. Then obviously those next 2 guys would have spawned in bubble, which we did end up seeing in that one red bubble. But yeah, it's something that that a lot of young players are afraid to do. They think, oh, I don't want to grab the flag at the wrong time. Well, frankly, there's not really that many wrong times to grab it unless your entire team is dead, folks. So when you do get 1 and definitely 2 kills, and more so even 3, right? You want to be grabbing that flag. If you were the first guy closest to the flag, go make a play for it. And as you start doing that with repetition, you will get a lot better at running it, I promise.
Well, let's take a look at the series layout here. You're going to see game number 1 go to Squadios, 3-1. We're going to be going into Regret Slayer now. This is going to be quite the matchup. We saw a lot of slays, a lot of assists here. Can't even predict who's going to win. We're definitely going to have a close one. Who are we kicking things off with?
I say we let's start off with Tricer. It looks like he's going to make his way for this overshield bottom middle. Does he get it? No, he in fact burns it. And we're going to still move on to, I think we're on Carnage now when we get back to this main screen. But yes, we are on board with Carnage as he is now pushing up to top mid. It's already 4 down for the opposite team, and Squadios and Inverted has complete control, and Cameron has that caster.
Now 5-0, make it 6-0. Definitely not a good feeling, but Slayers, they're always known. They kind of start around the 25-30 kill mark. That's when
100%.
It really starts coming down to the latter half of the game when you really need to buckle down. Don't give up any useless deaths. But we're going to see 2 players from Inverted go down. We're seeing Rolk push over towards top mid. We've got quite some time for the next overshield to pop, so we'll see players navigate around bottom middle for that. Rolk in a great position, able to give some cover fire. He's got his teammates all around, kind of moving, cycling around the map, just rotating as he's holding down one of the most important spots, because you're easily able to find someone and just give some assistance. Perfect kill here. Just gets a nice little push, backs down. He's got Trickster there to pick up the kill. That's 2 down for Inverted. Make it 3 down, picking up Carnage as well. So, I mean, these guys definitely are slowly bringing this back, up by 1 kill.
Yeah, I mean, the spawn cycle is real right now, right? The positioning, the collapsing, they're making sure that there's always 2 down, and they keep using that rotation to their advantage. Obviously, Rolk picking up the battle rifle, super useful in this type of a map. You know, just maintaining that distance and keeping that red reticle range, it's very, very helpful. But we're going to hop on board now with Superior as he just took down Rolk top mid.
Superior holding down top middle, getting some cover fire here from a teammate at top mid as well. Let's jump into observer mode and check out what's going on. You're gonna see the highlighted blue. That's gonna be Squadios. We're gonna see.
Oh, nice kill.
Nice little pick-off kill there, but he did get flanked from 2 players top mid, but we do have overshield coming up. Don't see any players making their way to bottom mid. There you go. We've got Rolk heading down to bottom mid. Uncontested, free overshield. Thank you very much is pretty much what he just said, and thank you for the double kill. About to be the triple. Nobody.
No.
Oh my. Oh, that could have been bad. Picks up the triple.
But 4 down, and that is a huge triple. Rolk now shooting bodies, even though he could have gotten embarrassed. It's something that a lot of people do after they get almost embarrassed. They try and, you know, make themselves feel better with some body shooting. But you know what, son? You almost got juked. So we're going to stay on board with Rolk as him and the rest of the Squadios are pushing over to the pink tower and just collapsing. I mean, they're doing a great job at using these spawns to their advantage, just stagnating them on purpose and just, you know, being cyclical with their rotations.
Yeah, here, a classic bait and switch again. Rolk's gonna come in, he's gonna finish off the kill. His teammate got a few shots on that player, backed up, waited for Rolk. I mean, this is classic Halo play. This is just, you tag team players that are off by themselves. Unfortunately, Rolk is gonna get caught off right there by himself as 3 players poke out. Not much you can do in that situation, but it's all gonna come down to that. It's who has more teamwork. Halo is a very tough game. It's not, people don't die very fast, and you have to use your teamwork. You have to use your communication. Look at that, swarm to top middle. 4 players from Squadios have swarmed to top middle.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how much these guys are just using cohesive teamwork. They're moving around the map as a unit, and on Regret Team Slayer, that is the best strat, 100%. We all know that there's the overshield and the caster and those types of weapons on the map, but when it comes down to it, Mike, you are 100% right about that teamwork in Halo. It is so crucial at this level.
We've got Abra picking up the battle rifle.
Little booty hop.
Getting some body disgrace going right there. He's going to go down, though, from those 2 players on the opposite side of Car. And Camran making a move with Carbine, but not looking good either for him or his teammate Cougar.
Yeah, both Cougar. And now they're down by 16. Clearly, Squadios doubling the score right now of this team Inverted. And Squadios up 1-0 in the series. We really need to see something from Inverted if we want to count them in this series, Mike.
There, the overshield does get picked up. I believe that's by Rolk. Once again, he's able to get that overshield. He was contested a little bit, but he was able to just stay alive, and he's got a little bit left here.
Oh, no, I thought he was almost going to get juked by this guy above him in the attic. Thankfully, did not, as his teammates are 100% sure they're triangulating his position as they take him down in the attic, which is one of the pesky spots in this map, as we all know. And, you know, it's a love-hate relationship with those little areas.
So I think from the Inverted side, what we're seeing is just them getting caught off on their own. We've just seen Squadios really kind of move just as a wolf pack. Let's see what Inverted is going to do here. They all spawned up. We've got 1 player pushed over at pink. You've got 1 player pushing over at car, 1 getting stuck in the base here. They're all getting caught off on their own right now. They're not... Player getting assassinated up at pink too. Look at this. It's just 1 by 1 by 1. Everyone on Inverted is just getting caught alone. Oh,
yeah. And I think that, Mike, you and Victory X, and there's a couple players that I think about that just had a phenomenal tenor at staying alive in these Slayer games, right? When you're off spawn, or even in CTF games when you're off spawn and knowing that you can't even show your face yet to the enemy team because of how good they are at determining what's going to happen after that, right? So it looks like to me that Inverted is just, they're not waiting for their teammates to spawn up. When I talk about stagnated spawns, it's literally because you keep charging out as a duo, you keep dying as a duo, and then you leave your other 2 out to dry. So it's super important to wait for your entire team to spawn up on a map like this.
Yeah, and we've got to give some props to Squadios as well. I mean, they're playing it like they should.
Perfect.
They're playing it like they should. They're kind of throwing Inverted off balance. And maybe Inverted isn't normally playing like this, but Squadios just playing just great Halo right now.
Great 5 too, right, by TriStar. We just saw him swipe that last shot over. I didn't even think he was going to connect, and sure enough, he did. And yeah, we're just going to stay on board with him as he grabs his caster and kind of just freely shoots him. I guess he's thinking, you know what, 3 kills, who the hell cares? I'm going for it.
Yeah, they're just going for the stake right now. 49 to 28. 1 more kill will seal the deal for for the stake.
Look at this guy. He's just shooting him. He doesn't even know where he's shooting him. He's just, you know, whatever. I'm going to shoot him. Didn't Y right there. He could have Y, but you know what? I'll just be a jackass.
Going for the downtown shot here. Not going to be able to connect there. 29 to 49. One more kill. They're not able to close this out yet, but obviously this game is pretty much over. They're not pushing for some reason. There you see two players now pushing from the other side. Punishers able to finish the kill, winning 50 to 30. There you go.
100%. And that was, I think, what we call a little steak dinnerino.
We've seen quite a few stakes this event so far.
I mean, you know, it happens quite a bit in some of the open brackets, right? We talk about the matchups and so on and so forth. Some teams have better map sets, right, than others, and better game modes chosen for their series, let's say. And it's something that we've always stressed in the past is when you talk about the 13 game modes that are on the different maps, you need to be good at all of them. So,
well, taking a look at how many power-up pickups, how many overshields were grabbed, 3 overshields were grabbed by the guys on Squadios, and only 1 was grabbed by the guys on Inverted. We saw Rolk actually get 2 of them, 1 completely and virtually uncontested, just a free overshield. That should never happen, and then he goes ahead and picks up a triple kill soon after. So just showing the importance of how important it is to get that overshield, and it can be the swing of 3, 5, maybe even a little bit more, depending on how well you use that OS and just helping you push and kind of be that juggernaut of your squad to push forward. But these guys on Squadios, I thought that game was going to be much closer with how the slaying went in true CTF. Squadios just looks like they are just on another level. Yeah,
I mean, Punisher doing some great work controlling Rolk as the same, but I got to give a shout out to Abra. I haven't been giving him much love, obviously, on the broadcast just yet, especially when we're talking about POV, but after looking at those stats that last game, and as a long-standing fellow support member of numerous teams, I got to say 8, 14, and 8 are some great statistics to put up. You are clearly doing the dirty work, my man, so shout out to you and whatever you're doing. So we're gonna you know, hop on board with Abra a little bit more here in the rest of this series and see what he can do for the rest of his team. But it just seems like Rolk and Punisher are really the slaying prowess of this team. And Tracer, you know, we saw him hit a great perfect kill, and we saw that he can hold his own as well, but haven't seen enough of Abra, and clearly it seems like he's the glue of this team.
Without a doubt. There you're seeing Inverted kind of gearing up, getting ready for this next match. Definitely, you want to be talking to your team here. You want to be talking about, hey, we're playing the Rig Strongholds next. What is our strategy? What are we doing off the start? We know we've practiced this many times, guys. What are we doing? Just go over it. It's something simple. How are we going to start this match? What are the 2 strongholds we're going to hold? Just simple stuff. It's nice to go over that, keep your mind fresh.
I know what you're thinking. Good old Dave Walsh, man. Right before you started the match, he gets in your ear and he's like, all right, guys, this is what they're going to do. This is what we need to focus on. And those little reminders, man, they go such a long way when you're talking about this tournament mindset, right? Where you have players, they maybe get upset at their last matchup, their last series, their last game, whatever it is. They worry about they fell off the map this time or they choked that time. And, you know, just having that little voice of reason in your headphones telling you know what, dude? Don't worry about that game. Just think of it as a clean slate. Next game is Rig Strongholds. What are we going to do to really abuse, you know, the other team's exploits? So right now you're looking at Punisher and Rolk. Clearly you're going to be going for power weapons. They're the slaying guys at the team. So, you know, maybe you look at shutting down a player like Abra. Maybe you look at shutting down someone who's a little bit less challenging to shut down, let's say. So there's different strategies that you can talk about, and you do have an ample amount of time in between games to make something out of nothing.
All right, we are going into Strongholds on the Rig. First to 100 is going to win. We've got 3 Strongholds. You got to hold 2 to gain points. We're going to see players fight for that railgun and fight for that camo to gain a little bit of an advantage against their opponents. And we are off with Abra off the start. He's making his way into the basement stronghold, trying to give some cover over by the camo. I believe that camo did go into the hands. Actually, I believe that might have been burned.
No, I think it's Cougar who got it. Let's see. Yes, it is. My man, Cougar.
There we go. Cougar with the camo. See if he can make a push up here. Both teams holding 1 stronghold. I believe the nest is the last one that has yet been grabbed here. Going for these shots. Can he stay alive with the camo? Nice little present here as well. So he's got the railgun. But on the other side, we've got Inverted scoring some points.
All right, well, right now, Side, I'm going to be a little bit harsh. The guy started shooting a guy you know, that was on Carbine that clearly he wasn't going to get the kill. So then he exposed himself. He's lucky the railgun guy didn't grab him instead of him. He missed the railgun shot there when clearly his teammate was getting killed by this guy. There were so many things that were irking me right there. Side. I know that he eventually came out on top, and then he's able to do that with camo scatter, but I still got to say there was a lot more work to be done in that basement area.
Yeah, right you are. I mean, and then he ended up falling here. Let's see if we're going to see Squadios end up turning this around right now. And it's crazy. Sometimes going into like a specific scenario, sometimes you see it unfold perfectly. And it's like, man, I didn't really think that could have happened like that. And it's just, it's wild to see sometimes. I mean, luck is a big factor in this game.
Oh,
100%.
yeah, 100%. In any game, right? I mean, you talk about the way a football bounces, right, after a kickoff, or you know, we can talk about poker and so on and so forth. But yes, not every game is perfect, and every game has a little bit of chance.
You catch someone off guard on the other team that's just making a wrong decision. Maybe that's not luck exactly, but you catch them off guard, and you make your move, and you make that perfect prance on them, and just really show them the business. But now we're seeing Abra trying to make a move here, pick up the one-shot player here in the hallway. And I like their setup. They're kind of trying to push over here to the basement, but they need to get control of, well, you know what? They've got control of all three. So there you go. They end up losing one over by the basement, but it's always nice to hold the basement and the nest, forcing that team to spawn over by the bunker. Let's stay with Abra here, see what he's going to do as his teammates are falling right now. If he's going to make a push, if he's going to kind of hang back, play defense, and protect his stronghold. Camo did come up, and I think he just noticed that player sneaking around. That's going to be Camran with the railgun, making a sneaky move now over to the nest. He's got to play careful here, though, because you want the other team to just you want them to be worried. You want them to be worried. You don't want them to get you down and then be like, all right, guys, now we don't have to worry about camo. Right now, the other team, they're kind of freaking out. Like, all right, where's this camo guy? Camran's got to do something with it, though, because he doesn't have much camo left. He's got to get into one of these strongholds. He finally does, able to pick up a kill. That's going to be a double. That's going to be 2 down now, almost 3. But there you go. They do have one stronghold now. And slowly, we're going to see Squadios make their comeback.
Oh, yeah, and it looks like he gets another solid kill right there with Carnage. They get a double, as now it's 2 down for Squadios. Abra and Punisher, 2 crucial members of this team, obviously, as we know, and it's total control now. 3 caps, but now 1 going back to Squadios on BR base, as now Cameron, he's just doing a great job controlling, right? Throws a great splinter nade, hides on purpose from this white hall corner. Now, you know, using this little fence right here to his advantage, he knows what players can see from that angle, and he's using it extremely well. Something that a lot of people haven't really been using much. Even at the top level, a lot of players just drop down, so I got to give him props for using that to his advantage.
Cameron still just making his way around the outer part of the map by Carbine, just blocking this spawn. So it may not look like he's doing too much, but if any players go down from Squadios, he's just kind of blocking the spawn back here, making sure nobody spawns in the back. And then also, it's just a great area to be because you got a lot of sight lines. You can have sight lines over to basement, sight lines on players that are pushing over to nest. He's going to run out of ammo with the DMR, though, and big kill there from Punisher to take down Camran. But that's going to be 2 down for Inverted. We're going to see Punisher start to make his move over by basement. Gets another kill. Stays alive, doesn't get killed by that scatter, doing a great job, and still he's just making himself a hard target right now.
Oh, 100%. And look, he knows that there's a player that's baiting this basement. Unfortunately, his teammate, or excuse me, Cameron does get the reset and kills his teammate, but regardless, Punisher is still very much aware that he needs to cap this basement. Unfortunately, does not connect on that railgun, but his teammate is watching his back, and that, I believe, is that Carnage. Yeah, Carnage was taken down yet again, but Cougar pulling in with a great double kill. Let's see what he does from that.
Cougar trying to go for the trip cap here. He does have a teammate. So look at this play. You're seeing all the guys here from Inverted just make their push into the basement and then just completely spread out. But as I say that, they do lose the nest. They didn't head out to the right direction. I thought when they were spreading out there, I thought they were going to head out towards camo, maybe go camo hall over towards nest, but they ended up just kind of spreading out into the wrong direction. Bottom tower going towards basement, and sometimes you want to prioritize nest, especially when you've got players all over by bunker. And
it seems almost like Squadios has fallen victim to this staggered spawns that we were just talking about on Regret. I know that Rig isn't as cyclical as Regret is, right, into that regard, but at the same time, these guys, they just keep pushing out as a team of 2, as a single, as a team of 3. You just gotta wait and try and push one side, collapse, use numbers to your advantage. Rig Strongholds is the is the best way to do it, or it's the only way to do it, really. So let's see what Rolk has to say.
Rolk putting some shots down here at bottom mid, trying to finish off that player. Cameron will go down, but Rolk getting spotted by the bunker. Player spawned up by bunker there. Sometimes you got to be aware of that spawn, especially when you don't have any teammates over there, when that spawn is left open. But little by little, Squadios is slowly bringing this back right now. A lot of time left on the clock right now, and we all know Strongholds, it's iconic for these epic comebacks with teams coming back from huge deficits. So now over to Cougar. Cougar making his move over towards the camo because camo is about to drop.
Just spawned that instant. That's so unfortunate for that one guy who just ran away from it. I don't think anyone picked it up just yet. No, oh wait, no, scatter shot was picked up first, but yes, the camo is still up, and we're gonna see if a player is able to go for that. I believe it is Cameron who might have scored that. Yes, it is. He grabbed it just a second ago.
Cameron picking up the kill on Punisher. That's going to be 2 down for Squadios. Look at these guys fly over to the nest right now. You've got a player with scatter shot over by Engine 2. Cameron holding it down here over by Snipe Tower. Spots a player down in the bottom basement. Going for the AR kill. Picks it up. That's Rolk. Gets another player charging him.
He should have stayed.
Not able to get that kill, though. Yep. That player almost runs into the Splinter to finish him off, but you do have Superior there to finish off the kill.
A nice little ground pound. And I also got to give a shout out right now to this inverted team. They currently have 4 out of 4 power-up pickups, and it's 0 going over to the opposite team on Squadios. So they are clearly controlling the camo and therefore controlling the pace of this game. So great job to Inverted for just really turning the series around.
Yeah, definitely. From the last match that we just saw on Regret, virtually letting the other team pretty much get every single overshield but one, and now just gaining complete control. They have the trip cap. Abra trying to stop that trip cap right now, but they're still holding 2 strongholds, 95 to 59. They've got to get in a stronghold. If they want to stop this right now, they've got to work together, but not enough. That's going to be 3 down for Squadios, and this looks like it's going to be it.
Oh, 100%. It's over. I mean, they tried to put up a good fight at the end, but unfortunately did not get those kills, and that's it right there for them. So 2-1, and we get to see if Inverted can put up another win.
You know, Inverted, I think they took their time after that match, after that game. They kind of regrouped, like we were talking about, left those games in the past. It didn't matter. They knew in game number 1 they were matching them slay for slay, slay for slay. Regret Team Slayer, that can be a very fast game type. Some people are not used to that type of speed, but let's take a look at the stats here. 15 assists from Cameron. We saw him with a couple of camos. So definitely staying on top of it. And then 16 kills as well. Definitely a lot of assists coming out from him and Carnage on the squad.
Oh, yeah, I mean, and it was just a complete 180, right, from the first 2 games that we saw. I know that true CTF game was a little bit close, but the last game we watched, which was clearly a stake, it was interesting to see that, that Inverted could actually pull it out. I mean, being down 2-0 in a series on the main stage in an open bracket, it's a lot of pressure. And for any team, especially a team such as this, to really have that mentality, right, that we just talked about, which is wipe the slate clean and worry about the next game. The fact that they did that, I have to give them massive props.
Look at these guys going over strats right now from Team Inverted. This is what you love to see. If you're a fan or if you're a friend, you want to see these guys win. These guys are talking shop. They're getting ready for game number 4. They're being intricate.
Little Mason Cobb for you, blowing into his hands. I just saw the guy. You see him? The guy's cold. He's got the hoodie on. You know, I feel like every time I saw Mason on the mate stage, that guy's always trying to warm up his hands. I know your buddies, the Ogres, did that as well. You guys had
some hand warmers.
Had some. Oh yeah, you guys had those hand warmers. That was. I remember those first came out on the scene when you guys, kind of brought those over, and everyone was like, "Whoa, the Ogres and FB, they have hand warmers. That's genius." And players stopped using the show lights on the stage to warm up their hands and instead started buying, a couple packs of hand warmers. So not a bad idea for those of you at home who swear that your cold hands are the cause of your bad play. So not a bad idea to hit up, something even like the dollar store. I'm sure you could find a couple of those hand warmer packs, no problem.
We're going to be going in to capture the flag on Fathom next. We saw an epic replay earlier, or epic replay overtime.
Oh, yeah.
On this map. So I'm curious. These two teams are kind of matching up quite well. I'm curious to see if we're going to see something similar here. If neither team can kind of capitalize on getting a flag pull.
Yep.
Here's the series layout, though. You're going to see game number 1, Squadios took 3-1 on True CTF. Game number 2, Squadios won 50-30, bringing home a nice little stake on Regret Slayer. Ooh. Game 3, what we just watched. Inverted trying to pull back the reverse sweep on the Rig strongholds, taking it 100-59, and now we are going in to Fathom, capture the flag.
Oh, and it's a good one at that, right? We're going to see who has the better control of this map, who knows what they're doing with this top mid camo position, what they're doing with the railgun up top, and just really doing everything they can to control the battle rifles, the light rifles. There's so many things that are useful that make a difference on this map. So let's see what Taco Punisher 5 has to say about it.
All right, Punisher heading straight to top middle, getting into a battle with an opponent over in the red treehouse. They're going to make a little trade there, and that player on his team will pick up camo and get away. Nice little sneaky move here from Abra, making a Kadabra happen right here. Let's see if he can stop the flag player. Yes, he does get some help here as well. Maybe possibly going for the return, but that's 3 down for Inverted. Just stay alive. You don't even need to worry about that. He does just that indeed.
Wow.
They are running the flag. Abra going into a perfect spot right now to cut off the only route where this flag could be stopped, just getting in the way, being a brick wall. That flag does go down, but it doesn't matter. Abra is right there to cap flag number 1, going up 1-0 for the sneaky cap. Picks up another kill as well, and he's still got a little bit of camo left to potentially make a move here.
Wow, great shots. Yeah, and it just looked like that the entire Squadios team just played that to perfection right there, right? They got control. They made sure that no one died, and then they also stayed alive with camo. It's just plays like that, you know, that can actually just change the entire outlook of the game. They're up 1-0, and from some of the matches we watched earlier today, we know how big of a deal 1-0 is on Fathom CTF.
Abra still alive. As I say that, I jinxed him. He is finally taken down by Cougar. So now over to Cougar. Cougar making a move top middle, notices a player getting that flag. Will be taken down, though. That railgun will be up in about 25 seconds as well. If you're on Squadios right now, you do have the time to kind of gather your team back together, make your push. You don't need to rush. Obviously, you don't want to play too passive, but you want to just get some control. You have a 1-0 lead. The pressure is on the other team. That's going to be 2 down for Inverted right now. That last player sitting here in the blue treehouse. You see a player from Squadios getting ready for the sandwich here as they collapse on that player. Player spawning over by the red silo. That's another one down from the railgun. That's going to be 3 down for Inverted. That last player is just right behind the flag, though. Is he going to be able to get that stop? He is, but I don't believe that's going to be enough. Camo in the hands of Punisher. That flag is still moving. No one in sight to stop this flag.
Yeah, I mean, that was just amazing. But it looks like we might get this return. Yes, he does get that. Who was that? I believe is that Carnage? Yes, it is. Carnage flew in there, got the grab and the return. It looked like Punisher was just way too focused about that railgun play. He dropped out of mid. He tried to get the kill underneath the obviously the sub area, and he should have been a lot more concerned about the flag rather than slaying.
Carnage trying to just get that flag out into the open so it cannot be returned. Does get it out near the other flag, so both flags are out there. One will be returned, though. Inverted will have 2 players go down, and now we're going to see if Abra has anything up his sleeve. No, he will fall as well. So 2 down for Squadios. And now we're going to see if Inverted can try and make a move here to tie up the game 1-1.
And great play right here, running away, having his teammate Tricer clean him up, grabbing obviously the silenced AR, which just helps him a little bit out with that sneakiness, but he's going to push top mid. We know that railgun's coming up in about 45 seconds, and we're going to see what happens with that. But for now, Punisher is just doing work, so let's hop on board with him.
Punisher now making a push into the base. If he can stay alive here and just get his shields back, he may be able to get this flag going, but he is going to misjuggle that flag, and they will be able to get 2 down from Inverted, though, but he's got to get his shields back. Unfortunate little bobble there with that flag. Not something you want to happen. You got to get that smooth flow. Just get that flag in and out of there.
100%. And it looks like Tricer's trying to do some work right now with this light rifle. We all know how tough it can be to shoot at that short range as Superior takes him down. So let's hop on board with him, as now he's going to drop to Abra, and we're going to stay on board with Abra here for a little bit unless he, you know, gives me the caster curse.
So Camo will be up in about 10 seconds as well. So we'll see. Looks like Inverted may be able to get a hold of that. Camran picking up a double kill, but look at this.
Oh, and he drops.
Camran picks up a double kill, then he falls. They have, when he gets that double kill, they have a 2-4 lead right there.
Oh,
No one on that team should be dying at that point. You have to just take that part slow and wait for your teammates and make a push. Obviously, you have 2 down, you want to play a bit aggressive, but don't put yourself into a bad situation when you've given your team the advantage.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's almost self-explanatory at that point. You said it absolutely perfectly. As Carnage now gets taken down with that camo, huge loss for him, but it is Cougar who does end up getting a kill. I guess he still has a little bit of that railgun ammo left as he's just trying to make his way over back into this red treehouse so that he doesn't die. And I guess he's just trying to block spawns for a little bit. And unfortunately misses a railgun there. That is a huge miss as you see the rest of his teammates trying to barrel down into bottom mid. And Cameron obviously picks up 2 clutch kills. But he's just not doing his job right now with this railgun. Get top mid, my man.
He is still looking for a kill, not able to get that shot off here. Spots a player in the base, gets a shot off, not going to get a connection there, and he will finally go down. Let's see if the players here from Squadios are going to be able to make a push. He's going to go down in the treehouse, make this a 1v1. That's going to be 2 down for Inverted. Camran falls. It's 2 down for Inverted, 0 down for Squadios. Now, let's see what Squadios does here as they are starting to pick up the slays. They're kind of taking it slow. They're not forcing anything right now, just putting on a bit of pressure right here. But they're not overextending. They're descenting into Inverted's base quite slow, but let's see if that works out for them.
Oh yeah, and it looks like we do have a flag run. I believe it's Aber who just gets cleaned up, and it looks like the only guy left alive right now is Tricer, as I believe it's Rolk that will spawn up and try and help, but a flag return does come in. The railgun does come up, obviously at that 6-minute mark, and about 15 seconds for Camo to come up top mid. So we're gonna keep an eye on that as Tracer obviously is pushing top mid. He's aware the Camo's coming up, but he also knows how important it is to control this area.
Tracer spots a player underneath him. Can he get the kill? Yes, he does, but you're going to see Carnage get a beat down on him, taking him down to 1 shot. Not going to matter, though. He'll get his shields back. Spots a player, picks up the perfect. Not going to get the beat down connection there, and he is going to fall, but that flag is still out in the open. Double kill from Rolk with the railgun. That flag will be returned. Both flags back at home base. Squadios looking to now make their descent into the base of Inverted again, but they do have the lead, so they can take it slow, and maybe that's their plan. Maybe that's their strategy. They don't want to make that push into the base just because they're not able to get into that base. You saw Rolk go down with the railgun as he's trying to make the push. Punisher has Camo making a push into the base, so he's keeping that pressure on, making it very hard for this team to kind of just feel safe moving out of their base, knowing that their flag could potentially be grabbed at any moment. So still about half Camo left here.
Yeah, definitely, and it looks like they're just doing a good job just controlling the slays, right? They're aware that they're blocking these back elbow spawns, these big door spawns, and they're going to spawn over at Silo. So it looks like the Squadios team is very aware of the spawn cycles that they have to put the enemy team Inverted on in order to capture a flag, but it looks like Carnage just went absolutely beast mode right there.
With a massive perfect kill there. Inverted now trying to get this return. Can he get it? He'll get some help from Camran. They'll take down Rolk. Trickster picks up a kill on Superior and almost a missed jump down into the ocean, into the abyss.
But unfortunately now Tricer saw him on his radar, turned around and cleaned him up as Carnage goes down, but we're going to stay on board with Tricer off the spawn, or excuse me, with Carnage off the spawn as he now pushes out with the rest of his team. Inverted, they are well aware that this camo is coming up in 35 seconds. The railgun has just spawned, and we're going to see, I believe it's Punisher who has that. Yes, it is Taco Punisher 5, the man, the myth, the legend, has that railgun.
Camo is going to be up in about 20 seconds as well. I think that comes up at 3:20. That's going to be Superior falling for Inverted. You've got Punisher just trying to stay alive, but he's going to get sandwiched from a player that flanked behind him. And now he does have the railgun. That's going to be Carnage. Let's see if Carnage can make a push up as he does have a teammate running the flag. He's got some cover for him. That's 1 down for each team. 2 players spawned over in the silo. We're going to see what Cougar does with this flag right now. Tosses it out in front of his base. And you'll see through the observer mode, no player right now really has an eye on that flag. You saw 2 players go back to the base and 1 come over to the BR. So you're going to see Cougar pick up the kill. A flag is out for both teams right now. We've got a flag standoff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it's getting pretty crazy right now. I mean, Cougar got a huge kill right there on Big Door. If he died, obviously, to Rolk, it would have been pretty much, I think, the end of the game, right? Going up 2-0 with this amount of time left, it's extremely hard to climb back in it. But, yes, we do still have this standoff, Mike, and we're going to have to see what happens. I believe it's Punisher who grabbed that camo, I believe? Or he must have gotten killed. Yep, he just got cleaned up with the camo, so we're going to have back on board with our man Cougar.
Cougar taking it sneaky, playing it slow. He knows he doesn't have to rush. No, he hasn't been spotted yet. Has not been spotted. He may make it the entire way here. He's got the flag in his sights right now. Spots him by the generator, starting his descent, making his push.
No, what?
It's killed by a splinter. Was that his splinter grenade?
I don't even know. I mean, it came out. It almost looked like the last stand or something. And he just plopped it out right there. But yeah, Punisher now picking up the flag, making sure that there's no concern over a player not having it on his team, making sure that there's no one aware on the enemy team of where exactly that is, even though we all know how safe that engine room is and how obvious it is for someone to carry there. And sure it is, Cameron pushing in, might get that return. If he does, no, he gets cleaned up by Rolk with the railgun. And Rolk just doing everything right now with his team to try and, secure this win. I mean, he's saying, hey, grab this flag, guys. I got the railgun. I'm not waiting on you.
Rolk needs to make a move with this railgun. He's got to be kind of the leading force. He's got to get some help, though, with one of his teammates, though. He does spot a player here in the treehouse. That's going to be 2 down. This is their chance. They all need to push on this flag player. They need to get in. He gets a railgun, but he does get naded, and he'll go down. A player from Inverted goes down, but 2 from Squadios fall. It looks like that push is going to be void. They are not going to get that flag return. What a freaking turn of events. You get 2 down. You have everything in your hand. You could make this happen, but by a miracle, the guys from Inverted stop that push.
Oh, unbelievable. Now we watch Cougar just doing what he does best, kind of, staying low and move around the map and try and get over to that flag. So we saw him do it a little bit earlier, and now it seems like this Inverted team is just, they're a little bit outmatched right now in this, these last 45 seconds. They need to do everything they can to try and get this return, or else they will not be sending it into overtime. And we know that Squadios is well aware of that, so let's see what Cougar does off the respawn.
They've got to stay alive. That's 2 down for Inverted. If you're Cougar, yeah, there's 30 seconds left, but you got to wait for your teammates to spawn right here. If you die, you're just setting that same cycle. Someone's got to make a move. He does go down in his base, but look at this. You do have a player making a move on the other side of the map. If we can go to a screen, Ghost, let's see if that flank is going to happen. It looks like it is, but he's not able to do so because there are 2 players there. The flag gets returned on the other side, and you're going to see Squadios get flag cap number 2, and that's going to secure the deal. They're going for the 3rd one just for the heck of it right now. That's going to be game. The ground pounds down into the abyss. Squadios are going to win the series 3-1.
Very, very commanding game right there. That first flag cap really, I think, just put the other team Inverted into a frenzy, and they just didn't ever recoup. We saw a couple big plays, but with the majority of the power-up pickups, top, middle, and camo, going to this team with Rolk on it and Squadios, they controlled it. They did everything they needed to do on Fathom. I mean, look at these slaying, the kills. I mean, you're looking at 29 kills on Punisher, 23 on Rolk, 21 on the next guy. I mean, it's just on Tracer, and it just looks like they've been killing it.
Serious kills. 89 from Squadios, 64 from Inverted. Folks, we're going to dish this back.